Yo, 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 let's get the business.
Yo, let's get the business. How's everybody doing out there today? Yo, I'm very grateful. I feel very blessed and I'm here and excited to talk some sports with you all today. It's been a little minute because, if those of you who don't know, I stay pretty busy. I do multiple things, you know what I mean? And podcasting is one of them. So if you're catching up on episodes of Let's Get the Business, you behind. It's right there on my channel. Just scroll through. You should already be subscribed. If not, hit the subscribe button. Those are the rules. Hit the like button too if you want to and tap in on the comments. But I got 24 episodes on that thing. And I just wrapped up my last episode. It was with Maddie B. Shout out to her. Shout out to Chevy and Musicians Taylor. Yo, it was a classic sit down as always. The vibe was nice. She's a very talented person, very well rounded and a kind hearted person, and it was nice to have them on. So shout out to Maddie B and check out that big energy, that single that she got out along with all the other music streaming on the platforms. She got all kind of music out there, man. Go hit the download and check out Maddie B Mondays. But yo, thank everybody. I just want to thank everybody for tapping in with me. I'm doing this for y'all, doing it for the love and for the culture. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Appreciate the subscribers. If you press like, if you press share, you know what I mean? If you just look, if you check out the premieres whenever they pop off, yo, I really thank you. I appreciate it. I'm so sincere with that because, I'm doing some things right now in my life that had been wanting to do for a while, and I just feel truly blessed, and I just want to give thanks to that. Yo, but let's get the business. It's been a minute. Let's have fun with this and talk some sports. There's a lot to cover because college football is kicked off, NFL football is kicked off, and that season went into a couple weeks already. So that's too much to cover and fulfill. But I'm here for it, man. I'm playing catch up with it. But have fun with your boy and tap in, man. Hit them comments. But yo, let's get the ball rolling on this. What do we talk about first? What do we talk? SEC football has been clicking and clacking off. Yo, talk heavy on that if you want to. I mean, just college football in general has been crazy these first couple weeks. There's been a few upsets. Notre Dame has some big games. Texas is looking good. Miami's looking like pretty dominant. Alabama's looking pretty, solid. Uh, let's go. We could talk about Kentucky Wildcats and Mark Stoops. How they got embarrassed by South Carolina. Shout out to South Carolina. Nothing against them, but I didn't like the loss. It looked pretty ugly out there. You know what I mean? They struggled on both sides of the field. Offensively and defensively, basically. And but then they faced number one Georgia. The number one ranked Georgia Bulldogs came into Kentucky, into Lexington, and Kentucky gave that one away, I'd say, because they played a pretty good, solid game as far as defense. They held them to 13 points, but they could not score a touchdown. What you gonna do when you can't put the ball in the end zone? You know what I mean? But shout out to the Kentucky Wildcats. They held it down. Shockingly, it was a closer game than a lot of people expected because Georgia's the big dog and they've been the big powerhouse for the last, I say almost last 5 years. I say solidly 3 to 5. So shout out to Mark Stoops and company. I think that was it boiled down to a few decisions that Mark Stoops made, and then the quarterback Brock Vandergriff, however you want to pronounce it, he had a big fumble. You know what I mean? Let's be real. You can't fumble the football, and he coughed it up, and that led to a Georgia field goal, an easy Georgia field goal, and the final score was 13-12. So football's the game of inches. But shout out to the Wildcats. Hopefully they can bounce back from that. What about the Colorado Buffs? There's been a lot of spotlight going around Colorado, as always, with Coach Prime and company, Travis Hunter, Shador Sanders, Shiloh Sanders and company. And it's hard to tell right now. You know what I mean? It's still early. The record is 2-1. Nebraska, they had some issues with them. Them big corn-fed boys, they was putting the pressure on, and there was a couple of them on Nebraska on the defensive line. They was some horses, some big dogs, some big boys. They was getting in there and causing a lot of problems for Shedeur Sanders. You know what I mean? So the protection wasn't there. And I just looking from the Nebraska game and then going into the Colorado State game versus Colorado. Of course, Colorado came out on top of that rivalry game. But I'm starting with the Nebraska game. What stood out to me is that, in my opinion, the playbook could open up just a little bit more. You know what I mean? It looked limited. It looked a little bit predictable. You know what I mean? As far as how they just spread it out, do the outs, do the corner routes, do the fade routes to Travis Hunter. But in my opinion, and me being the football guy, they could do a lot of get the ball out quicker. You know what I mean? I feel like they could do a lot of more, switching it up and putting some players in motion and getting the speed demons the ball, like Jimmy Horn Jr., maybe get some quick outs to them, maybe some more curls, some more, some screen passes, some reverses, the Travis Hunter, switch it up. Because, Travis Hunter playing both sides of the ball, which he's been doing a remarkable job at. But back to getting the ball back, I just feel like the playbook can open up a lot more for them because they have the weapons on offense. They really do. Not much more, so much a running game, but they got the athletes as receivers. Like I said, if you can get the ball to Jimmy Horn, get it to him in stride, he's gonna take that thing the distance. Travis Hunter, we already know what he can do. But Travis Hunter had a big game against Colorado State. Them Colorado State boys, they was talking smack. You know what I mean? And so the Buffs did pull out the victory on that. Shout out to Coach Prime and company. Travis Hunter had a field day with them boys. He was cooking them. He was cooking them boys, turning them into roast beef and potatoes, you know what I mean, on both ends. I think he had a pick, not a pick six, but he had an interception. He wanted to take that thing back to the barn, you know what I mean? So he had some big plays on offense. It just showed his versatility once again. So shout out to them boys. And shout out to all these college players that's dealing with the controversy and the pressures of social media and things of that nature. You know what I mean? Shout out to these kids, man. They dealing with it well. And shout out to anybody that's dealing with anything right now. I see a lot of challenging times going on out here. The economy's going crazy. You know what I mean? It's good to stay focused and locked in. And shout out to them people that's taking care of their responsibilities and staying strong. And that's not just the sports, or anything, I'm talking about in life in general. So shout out to everybody. But what about the NFL? I watched a really nice game against the Atlanta Falcons and the Philadelphia Eagles. And I feel like Philly gave that one away. Fly. Y'all gave it away, man. Down the stretch, I seen when Jalen Hurts threw the ball to Saquon Barkley in the flats. It was like he had Vaseline on his hands or something. Boom, popped out of there. I got to be real, man. So then they gave the ball back to Kirk Cousins and company. And let me tell you, I feel like people's been sleeping on Kirk Cousins for a while. But, I got to give it to Kirk Cousins because this was a very impressive down the stretch fourth quarter drive that he put together for his Atlanta Falcons team. And I feel like they have some new, fresh, sharp tools on the offensive end and defensive end, but definitely the offensive end that really helps. Either that or the Eagles secondary, y'all slouching. They was slacking out there and getting burnt. I'm going to keep it all the way a buck. I'm going to keep it a thou with y'all. They was getting burned out there. It looked like in practice, you football guys, y'all know, when you practice the 2-minute drill where you just practice getting the ball down the field, getting it to the sideline, getting out of bounds, picking up as much yardage as you can, but getting out of bounds, stopping the clock. I mean, this drive that Kirk Cousins put together, phenomenal. Shout out to Kurt, man. I like that. And, Saquon Barkley, he'll bounce back, but I just feel like that was a clutch drop right there, man. That was a clutch drop. You showed out the last game, but that was a clutch drop. And that was a big time drop, a game deciding drop pass. So, yo, I'm not going to hear the dog them out. What about the Bengals versus the Chiefs? It was another showdown against the quarterback, Pat Mahomes, the sloppy Joe will come Joe Burrow, which I love Joe Burrow. I wish he could get more W's under his belt, but it just seems like when they come down to these clutch moments, especially against the Chiefs just they end up getting the edge somehow. So, and that's kind of what happened this game, you know what I mean? Because Joe Burrow, he had a pretty nice, solid game, you know what I mean? Jamar Chase, he was out there throwing fits, and that looked kind of corny to me too. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be a veteran. He was out there just being kind of fussy, and it was too close of a game to be like that. And it was in nearest reach. Y'all could have won this game, but y'all didn't. And it came down to the final stretch to a pass interference call, which led the Chiefs to the victory down in the fourth quarter. And to point out what makes it different for the Chiefs this year is I've noticed that Travis Kelce's more of a decoy receiver, because they have the young talents of Rice and the speed demon of Worthy. And they try to get them the ball a lot. And Travis Kelce gets double teamed a lot. But that opens up a lot of other opportunities for these new talents that had joined the Kansas City Chiefs. So let's get to business with this. The Raiders stun the Ravens at home, and that gives the Ravens their second loss on this early season, and that's shocking to me. It's shocking to a lot of other people. Y'all got to do better, man. Lamar, you got to do better. You got your money. You got your paper. The chicken is there. Now you got, and to my opinion, shout out to Lamar Jackson and company. To my opinion, the receivers, it's like he got weapons, but they're small. You know what I mean? Have you noticed that? Like Zay Flowers, he got hands if you can get the ball to him, but he just seems a little smaller out there compared to a lot of defenders and DBs that body him up. It's hard to get deep. And they've added the running game. They've added that. 0-2, shockingly. And because Derrick Henry's going to give you a solid run game, and that should balance out the passing game a little bit. That should open it up. But to me, it's just not happening that way. And there's a lot of penalties being called out there too. But shout out to the Raiders though. Derek Carr showed up. He showed up, and down the stretch, and he didn't have like a crazy game, but down the stretch, he got the ball to where he needed to be to, and that's to Devontae Adams, the star wide receiver. He did what he was supposed to do. Devontae Adams got busy there. So shout out to them. These games are been exciting to watch. Very exciting to watch the past few weeks, the first week. And I know it's early, but it's just fun to watch these games, because you can smell football in the air. It's here. It's here for a while. And then college basketball is right around the corner to start off. But I'm not gonna hold you. Don't get too excited because it's not here yet. And what about them funky Dallas Cowboys? I saved y'all for last, man. What's going on, man? What's going on with y'all? Come on, Jerry Jones. What's popping with y'all, man? Dak, you got your paper. You got the big chicken bag. On the same day that y'all played the game, I'm like, yo, when are y'all gonna step it up? When? We're waiting on this. I go through this every season with y'all, man. Every season. Dak, you fumbled the football, man. You fumbled. I'm sick of sugarcoating it. You fumbled, bruh. You fumbled the ball. How you gonna win fumbling the ball? And I could take a loss, but y'all got smoked out there, man. Kamara was running all over y'all. It looked crazy. It looked crazy, man. I don't even know what else to say. CeeDee Lamb, you gave a solid effort. You had almost 100 yards receiving. You know what I mean? We got to do better. We have to do better. Jerry Jones gave one of them little sorry excuses again. We don't want to hear it. I was there for the Super Bowl in '95. We don't want to hear excuses, Jerry. We love you. But we need results, man. We need some results. What's happening? Talk to me, man. It's like up to the point where we're not expecting much now. We just like, yo, can we have a solid season? Can we get past the postseason, the first game of the postseason? Can we get it to the postseason this year? I'm starting to get a little skeptical because it's looking a little crazy out there right now. The injury reserve list is looking crazy. Even that. You got Brandon Cooks was out, wide receiver. Jake Ferguson was on the list, tight end. CJ Goodwin, a cornerback, the DB. Kendricks, is that his name? Nealon, Marshawn Nealon, the defensive end. DeMarcus Lawrence, defensive end. Michael Parsons can't do it all, man. You know what I mean? I'm starting to get a little worried because after that game, it was a disaster. And shout out to the New Orleans Saints. Y'all got busy and do what y'all was supposed to do. Y'all did y'all's thing, man. Y'all handled business. I'm just disappointed again. Come on, Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? Let's get it. Step your game up, man. Jordan Love, he just returned to practice. I think he was out with an injury. He just returned for the Packers. Deebo Samuels, he's injured. Out for weeks, it looks like. Who knows when he's going to return? McCaffrey still out. Aaron Rodgers, he got his first W with the Jets the other day. And Aaron Rodgers is slanging it. Whoo! He putting it on the money. He is. The offensive line, questionable. At arm, not. He's a gunslinger, man. And I love those quarterbacks. You could tell because they zip it right between the windows. They fit right into these small crevices of the defense, man. And you like, yo, how did he even fit that in there? Shout out to Aaron Rodgers, man. I don't know how good they do this season, but I love whenever, especially veterans like this, I love when great players bounce back from injury and make their way back out to the court or the field or the diamond, rather it be, and start showing out and reminding people why they're special. So shout out to Aaron Rodgers. But yo, the excitement is boiling up, man. What's gonna happen this week? Who knows? There's some tough matchups coming up and some tightly knit matchups coming up. So we'll see what's popping with it. But I just had to get it popping, man. Shout out to everybody. Talk these sports. Chime in. Leave some comments. Do whatever you want to do. I'll be back next week talking more sports in between episodes. And I hope y'all have a brilliant night. Let's get to business.
Yo, let's get the business.